Penthouse at a Parasite is a tiny mirrored house which you can build up on a rooftop. We just sneaked into a door, went up the staircase and built it up within 5 hours. And after that, suddenly you had like a house standing there using, squatting, reclaiming like the rooftop. It was summer. I loved somehow this kind of course, there was a fresh wind, like a bit this, probably why rich people want to be there. You have this view, you have the wind, you feel a bit outside of your ordinary day life, a bit with distance. And actually we stayed a lot longer than expected. We thought maybe after 3-4 days, we're gonna be kicked out. But in the end, we stayed 2 months there and we were not recognized. And the parasite, we understand it not as the biological parasite, but as a social figure, as a theoretical figure, which lives on the niche, on the edges of a system. The house is in a way this kind of space. Suddenly on the rooftop where normally the real estate market ends, you add on something like a penthouse. It has its symbolic value. It's like a mirrored house, which stands for this appropriation of this kind of being above and so on. But also it has the level of a real use, not only of a symbolic use. There's like a tiny space where we see like a potential for emancipatory practices, because on this kind of niche on the edge of our system, you don't have to apply the rules of the system, but you have the resource of the system. But you're also not in the environment, so you're a bit in this in-between space. And that's also how the whole action was made up. We didn't go by night and build it up. No, we went in the middle of the day. We were camouflaged as workers. So we just built it up with the self-understanding of we doing it with an agency, with the right of being a citizen, of owning also the city. Out of my own living, it developed that we opened up the house with a tombola. People could apply to stay also one night on that kind of site. Suddenly different people from Berlin came and stayed a night there, had this kind of position, but also not only experiencing it, but also having the level of suddenly they became also subversive practitioners, because they were also squatting and occupying with their body like this kind of illegal place. But also in terms of theoretical questions, breaking the binaries, breaking what is good and bad, what is activism and what is like just conforming the mechanism. The Penthouse is in between. It's not posing its own political agenda by its aesthetic or itself, but it's trying to open up spaces where people encounter it and take the questions back and ask, okay, what is it? What is actually Penthouse? What's happening here?